Hello and welcome to Craft with Sarah. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can recolor my dog SVGs to better match your dog. I've actually split this video into 3 parts because it was getting a little bit long. In this, which is part 1, I'll be showing you how you can take one of the dog designs, for example, this poodle, and then recolor it so that it is a completely different color. So I'm going to turn the black poodle into a brown one. And this is really handy for if you're looking at my dog SVGs, but you're kind of thinking that it doesn't quite match your dog because the colouring is wrong. After this video, you'll be able to sort that out. But if you need a little bit more advanced recolouring, then keep watching for videos 2 and 3 in this 3-parter. Video 2 will be how to turn a dog into a tri-coloured version. So we'll take this Cavalier design and then turn it into this tri-colour version. And then in the 3rd part of the video, we will go even further for the most advanced recolouring, and that is taking this Shih Tzu design, which is all one colour by default, and then changing it into one that has patches. But for now, let's crack on with the first part, which is the poodle design. For the first example of recolouring a design, I'm going to use the standard poodle from my shop, and I'm going to turn this into a brown poodle. So by default, the design that you purchase from me comes in black, but we're going to make this one brown. So I'm going to click on it and then right click and duplicate. I just like to kind of have a copy of it so I can refer back to the original if I need to. So you can see I've got all of these layers for this new one. And because I'm going to make this brown, I'm going to start at the bottom, go into the colour. So I've already clicked this bottom layer. Go into the colour picker and then go into advanced. And this lets you choose a much wider range of colours. So I'm just going to have a little look in here and find a brown for my poodle. I think I'd want it to be quite a deep brown. Maybe that one, I'm happy with that. With most of my layered designs, each sort of section of the dog has 2 layers associated with it. You've got the solid layer, which is the one I've just recolored brown in this back leg, and then on top of that is the floral mandala layer. So how I normally do this is the solid layer is a lighter color than the one that goes on top. I find that generally that gives the best result. So now that I have done that with the solid layer, I can now go through the other solid layers and make it the same brown. So I can look down the layers panel and click the next one, which is 2 layers up. And now I can choose that same brown, and it should appear in your top list of material colors. So you see I clicked that and it went exactly the same brown. Another way you can do it is to go back to your original layer, and then in this advanced section you've got a little box which has a hashtag and then a 6-digit code. This is the hexadecimal code for the color. Each color and each variation of color has its own little computer code which is for that color. So you can select that, press Ctrl and C or Apple C if you're on a Mac to copy that code. And then when you go onto the next layers, so I'll show you on the front leg, you can select in that box, press Ctrl and V or Command V on a Mac to paste in that code, and then that will be the exact same color. So I've done those 3 layers, and now I'm just going to have a little look at the poodle on the left to try and work out which other layers I need to make this new brown. Now there is an easy way to do it, and that is to hide your new poodle so it doesn't get confusing by clicking the eye icon next to the group title in the layers panel. And now we've just got the original poodle left. Click Color Sync, which is on the top right underneath where it says Make It. And this then splits all the layers out by color. So now I can see my original poodle. And I know that I've already changed these 3 solid grey colours. And so now I can see that 2 other layers use this same shade of grey. So I need to change them on my new dog to that new brown. So it's this layer on the head and then the fluff on the top of the hair. So let's click back to layers, turn my new poodle back on by clicking the eye icon again. And then I can look down and find those layers. So this was one of them. And I'll change that to brown. And then the other one was the fluff on top of the head. So I can click that layer and make that brown too. Now I can move on to the next color, and I'm going to do the darker gray that I need to make a darker brown. So again, let's go down to the bottom, and I'm going to click the leg layer, which is the flowers on these back legs, and then go into my color picker. And I'm actually going to start by choosing that same brown. And then under advanced, all I need to do then is just click a little bit darker in the color palette, and it will choose a darker shade. And then again, I can copy that hex code, or because that brown is now showing under my material colors at the top, I can just click it there for the other layers. So I need to change this one, which is the flowers on top of the body, to brown, and then the one on top of the front leg. And I can sort of just already see just by looking that this top ear layer is also the same. So let's make that one brown too. I now have a couple of layers left to change. I've got the tail, the nose, and then this dark section under the chin. I just want to check with this dark section what it should be. So let's hide the brown poodle again. Go to color sync. I can see looking at this that at the moment that dark layer under the chin is the same color as the nose and the eyes. So at the moment on the black poodle, that layer is actually a pure black. I don't want that for my new poodle because it wouldn't look right with the brown layers. So let's turn it on. I'm going to find that layer, which is this one. You see it's showing black at the moment. And I think I'm just going to make it an even darker brown. I know I've got several dark brown cards in my stash that I can use. So let's go for the brown color and then just drag a little bit darker. If you wanted to, you could make this layer the same brown that we've used for the ears and the flower layers, or you could even make it the lighter brown. It's completely up to you. If you make it lighter, it will look something like that. So you can just have a play until you get the colors which you're happy with. I actually quite like how that looks lighter. So I think I'll leave it at that light color. Alright, so now I've got the nose and the tail left, and I'm going to match it to that new lighter brown. You don't want to add in too many shades of the same color, only because it gets quite difficult to find that many shades of cardstock. Okay, so now here we go. This is my brown poodle all ready. You can see I've coloured all of the different layers. The eyes and the nose I'm going to keep as black, and the tongue is obviously still going to be pink. So now I can click that original poodle and delete it, and I'm just left with this one. So this will be ready for me to resize it however big I want to cut it out, and then cut it out of my brown card, and it's be all ready to put together. I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to recolour my dog SVGs to better match your dog. As I said at the beginning, there will be 2 more parts in this series for even more advanced recolouring techniques. If you'd like to watch those videos, please subscribe to my channel and they'll be coming out in the next few days. The second part will be how to turn this Cavalier King Charles design into one that is tricoloured, and then a couple of days after that one will be the third and final one, which will be taking this Shih Tzu design, which is all one colour at the moment, and changing it so that it's got patches. And don't worry, if you're looking at one of the dogs that isn't one of the 3 that I've done in this video, the same techniques that I'm showing you can be used for any of my dog designs and any of my cat designs too. If you'd like to download my dog SVG files, check out shop.craftwithsarah.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.